Hey guys, I'm Michael Allen for Travel Costa Rica NOW.com. I wasn't going to do a video about this, but I got so many emails asking what I thought about it that I've decided to talk about it. And I just want to say I appreciate the fact that you kind of, I don't know, care about what I think about it. Anyway, this video has to do with a guy named Cuba Dave. If you don't know who that is, all you have to know is he's kind of the guru on the internet with anything to do about prostitution in Costa Rica. He gives out information, he chronicles his ventures, he's got videos about it, and if you know anything about sex, sex sells, and he's got kind of rock star status in that world, okay? Well, he recently got arrested for breaking some sex tourism laws, okay? Specifically one that was made back in 2012, all right? Now, I want to say I do not know Cuba Dave. I do know of him. If I've ever talked to him, which we get, over the years doing this, we've talked to many people, but if I have, I don't know that. I do know many people that know him say he's a great guy. But what I'm about to say is my opinion. I probably don't know all the facts. So this is more of an editorial, but I'm coming from the perspective more of not really knowing Cuba Dave that well, but I know Costa Rica. So I think I can weigh in on this and give maybe some things to think about. Matter of fact, this is such a big issue down here. We've had people that go, Mike, D'Angelo, you guys should take down your video about prostitution. We made it back 6 years ago. It's just an informative video. I'll show you the link if you want to check it out. Now, the other thing you should know, if you don't know, prostitution is legal in Costa Rica. It is legal. But there's many things associated with it that are not legal. All right? So pimping, is one. I knew that when we first got here. So Cuba Dave knew the laws. I guarantee he knew the laws. He knew that pimping's not legal. He knew the one about 2012, all right? Just so we're kind of clear about that. There's no way he was in that business and didn't know. Okay, here's what I think. I think Cuba Dave's stupid, actually. I'm sure he's a great guy, but what was he thinking? He's in another freaking country, a country that doesn't like that kind of advertisement, all right? To me, he kind of did this. To me, he was begging them to arrest him. They don't want to be known as where you can get girls, sex tourism, that kind of thing. And he just got so blatant about it. Again, he got big on the internet. And I think they're going to make an example of him. And for anybody else that's thinking about doing the same. I'm not saying he broke a law. He might have just been informing like we did. He probably was. I'm not saying he was doing anything illegal. But he wasn't being discretionary. Prostitution, you're skating a very thin, on some very thin ice here. It's kind of disrespectful to be so blatant about it. He should have been more cool about it. Shut up. Do it, whatever. But don't be blatant. I think he was doing this. It's like, what was he thinking? Where did he think this was going to go? This is a touchy freaking subject, There could have been all kinds of reasons. There could have been competition that reported him. This is just, again, you're in another country, all right? That's kind of the bottom line. And the other, so I just have to go what was he thinking? Now, but I do understand how he got lulled into thinking that there wasn't a problem. Because this has happened to us as well. What happens is, Costa Rica is not a black and white country, all right? There's a lot of gray. Just because there's a law, it doesn't mean they apply it. Like in this instance, he's supposedly the first one they've done this to, all right? So he's been coming down here for years. He's been doing his videos and his information for years. Nothing happened. So he's thinking he's cool. But he knows Costa Rica. He knows that they could throw shit out. Just because you've been doing the same thing for 10 years doesn't mean the next time you do it, it's going to be the same. And this is a perfect example of this. He had to know this. He lives here. We all know this, that people that live here. So but I understand. So his web, he probably started out just giving information. He kind of got big. He got bigger and bigger, And he just, they're not saying anything, so he just went with it. So I totally understand that point. But I just can't help thinking, what was he thinking? This had no good outcome, all right? So that's kind of what I think. Now, if you believe that he didn't do anything illegal, now you're not supposed to really advertise You know, that was the law in 2012, basically, that you can't kind of make it an advertisement promoting the sex tourism trade, which is what they're kind of doing. But if you think they're just kind of using him as an example that he really didn't do anything that wrong, and you know, it's a corrupt system, he's not going to get a fair trial or whatever, you can help him out. I know they pulled all his information down, but he still has his CubaDave.com website that you can go to. He's sitting in jail right now, and it's not I know it's not a pleasant thing. So if you want to help him, you can help him. Go to CubaDave.com, and you know, maybe give him some, you know, a donation for his legal team, because he's going to need it. I don't think this is going to end well for him. I really do believe he's going to be made an example of. Personally, I wish they'd just, what they've already done, pull all your stuff down from the internet that's promoting it, say you're sorry, pay a fine. Not saying that that's the right, but you know, I'd cut my losses, you know, so if he could cut a deal, I think that would be great. Don't think it's going to happen. Anyway, I'm Michael Allen, TravelCostaRicaNow.com. Peace, guys. Hope it helps.